In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of Anger MGMT Blanco and Reposado right here on the Tequila Hombre, coming up next. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of Anger MGMT Tequila. We're going to be doing both the Blanco and the Reposado, and we're going to be doing it live. Yes. Now, if you haven't viewed one of our live videos, let me kind of explain to you how it works. First, I'm going to do the review of the tequila, where we'll do the tasting. I'll give you my thoughts, give you some background information about the brand and everything. And then after I'm done with the review, we'll open it for questions. If you have a question about the tequila or about my tasting or notes or anything, put a Q before your question. Otherwise, I'll address them as comments. And if you like to support the channel and everything that we do here with Tequila Hombre, if you'll notice down below the YouTube chat box, there's a $sign. If you click on that, you can do a super chat or a super sticker, and the proceeds from that go to help support the channel and is greatly appreciated. And when you do a super chat, your comments or questions are highlighted on YouTube's chat for longer, as well as I give you priority for your question and comment as well. I address those first. All right, so let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into the review. Okay, so Anger MGMT, little background story. The brand was created by a gentleman named Chris Cardenas, and Chris owns a music production company called Anger MGMT. And he wanted to create a tequila. See, he spent a few years living in Mexico and fell in love with tequila. And so he wanted to create a brand to give to his clients for his music production company. By music production, they did concerts and promoted artists and stuff like that. So he wanted to give bottles of tequila as gifts to his clients. So he went out to Mexico, and he met with Francisco Gonzalez Jr., who is part of the Gonzalez family. And if you're not familiar with the Gonzalez family, Lalo Gonzalez from the Lalo Tequila, he's part of the Gonzalez family. Don Julio Gonzalez is part of the Gonzalez family. And so is Don Julio's father, who also makes a really nice tequila that you can only buy in Mexico, that I reserve, or the Reserva de Gonzalez, which I highly recommend. So the family makes some good tequilas. So out of this distillery where they had this made, Bandero comes out of there, and I done a review of that. You guys can check it out on the channel. Very good Blanco. I like it a lot. As well as Lalo comes out of that distillery as well. So they have some good tequilas that come out of the distillery. So I'm interested to see what this one is all about. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into how this tequila is made. All right, so the Anger MGMT Tequila comes out of NOM 1468, which is Grupo Tequilero, Mexico. It is located in Arandas, Jalisco. A master distiller is Francisco Gonzalez. They use Weber Blue agave from the highlands. After they harvest the agave, it is then cooked in an horno or a brick oven. They then use a roller mill to extract the sugars from the fibers. And after they extract the sugars from the fiber, they then ferment in stainless steel tanks. After fermentation is complete, they then twice distill using stainless pot stills. And then it is bottled at 40% alcohol for the Blanco. And the Repo is aged for 8 months in American oak. You can find these on Ferment and Still for $49.99 for the Blanco and $54.99 for the Reposado. All right, so there you go. That's how this tequila is made. So, and so far, all the processes and stuff look pretty normal for a good quality tequila. So let's not waste any more time, though. Let's pop this thing open and see what we got, right? All right, so pour a little bit in the glass. I'm not going to go up top to the pour cam because, you know, you guys see I got it right here. And we don't need to do that. Not for this. All right, but we will take a look at it in the glass. Don't spill it everywhere. All right, here we go. So looking at it in the glass, It coats the glass nice. You can see those legs and tears forming. So it's kind of a nice viscous mouthfeel to it, which is what I like. The tequila itself is crystal clear. Looks great for a Blanco. Somebody asked one time, hey, have you ever found anything floating or weird in a Blanco tequila? And the answer is yes, I have. But it hasn't been anything recently. So, all right, so let's see what we get on the nose on this. On the nose, I am getting a nice sweet cinnamon and baking spices from the cooked agave. Has a nice minerality to it as well. It's very effervescent and kind of light. It's has hints of like chocolate coming through on it as well. A nice fruitiness. Losing my earpiece. A nice fruitiness to it. It smells good. It smells really good. So let's see what we get on the palate on this. Nice, beautiful cooked agave. Getting some citrus coming through on it. A little bit of the anise or anise, black licorice bitterness coming through right in the middle. And then on the finish, it's got a nice sweet cinnamon finish that lasts a good long time. This is a nice Blanco. Yeah. How would I rate this? I'd give this 4 agave. I definitely would recommend it. It's a nice Blanco. Yeah, it's really good. Now, would I spend $49.99 for it? These days? Absolutely, yeah. I wouldn't mind keeping this on my shelf at all. All right, so let's see how the aging changes that. I'd be interested to see. I like the way it's balanced out nicely with the anise. The heat on it is a little there. I mean, it carries it through nicely on the finish. So the finish lasts for a nice long time. I'm still having some of that really nice sweet cinnamon flavor that comes through on the finish. That's still there on the tongue. Really delightful. There's nothing off or off-putting about it at all that I would say, you know, I don't like it. And you guys know me, I'm pretty honest. When I find something I don't like, it's hard for my face to hide it. You can definitely tell what I'm thinking on my face. All right, so we got a clean glass, and we'll take a look at the Reposado now. All right, so looking at the Reposado, this is 8 months in American oak barrels. Let's see what kind of change it makes to the. Looking at it, still coats the glass beautifully. You can see the legs and tears forming, and then they're breaking into pearls. Looks good. And then on the color wise, we're looking at a light amber, medium straw kind of color to it, which isn't bad at all. And it's crystal clear. Looks great. All right, so let's see what we get here on the nose. So on the nose, I'm not getting as much sweet cinnamon and cooked agave coming through on the nose. But instead, I'm getting a mixture of like vanilla and chocolate. And it has a nice floral nose to it as well. Now, it's not like super sweet like I would think that there's additives in this. It's not that. Those, when you're smelling something and it smells like vanilla cupcakes, or just like super caramelly up front and you get nothing else in it, that's a good sign that there's additives in it. I'm not getting that on this at all. I'm just getting a chocolate, light chocolate coming through on it. Caramel, like caramel chocolate. Yeah, and it's got a very nice floral nose to it as well. All right, so let's see what we get on the flavor profile. Coats the mouth nicely, nice viscous mouthfeel. Getting really nice ripe cooked agave, so you're getting the cinnamon coming through in the beginning. It's then hints of vanilla coming through, and caramel coming through. Now, the heat that I talked about in the Blanco is pretty much gone in the Reposado. So if you're somebody that's like, hey, Mark, what would you recommend as a Blanco or a Reposado that is what people call smooth? I hate the word. I don't like using it, but everyone uses it. But if you say you want to know something that's smooth, where it's like it goes down super easy, and no harshness, no burn or anything to it, this would actually fit the bill. This is very easy sipping, very little to no heat coming through at all. The flavor isn't as robust on this for the agave as the Blanco was, but that's pretty much expected. But I would like to see more of the agave shining through on this. But I'm getting the agave, and I'm getting vanilla and caramel, hint of oak in there as well. It's nice. It's a nice Reposado. Definitely easy to sip. Very easy to sip. Not offensive at all. Not bad. I'd like to see more of the agave shining through on it, though. It seems a little muted, and I wouldn't mind it having a little more heat for my preference. So I would give the Reposado, I'm going to give it 3.5 agave. I've never given anything a half agave. This is almost a 4. If the agave was shining through a little bit more on it, I would definitely push it up to a 4. But it's good. It's really good. It's not bad at all. I would love to see more of the agave shining through, and that's it. All right, so there you go. We got 4 agave for the Blanco, which I personally enjoyed more than the Reposado, and 3.5 agave for the Reposado, where if you like something where it's got the vanilla and the caramel in it, and it's got agave in there as well, that's easy to sip and goes down real easy and easy to drink, the Reposado is a good fit for you. I definitely would recommend that, especially if you're a 1942 drinker and you want something like that's that you want to try that's naturally in well-made tequila, then this Reposado might fit the bill. It won't have as much vanilla and caramel since they put the additives and stuff in 1942. It won't have as much flavor, but it has enough that you can taste it and enjoy it, and it's not offensive at all. So there you go. All right, let's head to our comments and questions, and we'll get things going here. All right, so hey, hola Todd, how are you? Thank you for showing up. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you have questions about the tequila, I would love to answer them for you. Thanks for your advice. Drove 3 hours to find El Tesoro Extra Añejo. It's my favorite Extra Añejo now, and great. I'm glad you enjoyed that. All right, but let's talk about anger management now. All right, how would you compare the Blanco with Alamo? I haven't had Alamo, so I don't know. I can't compare it, so I wouldn't know. All right, so why is people? Did you try? Okay, we're talking about anger management, you guys. Ask questions about the review for anger management. What did you guys think about the flavor profile? Did it sound like something you'd like or something you would enjoy? Let's keep it focused on anger management tequila right now. And we can get into these other questions when we do Q&A with the Hombre on Monday. I know we missed it this week, and I apologize, but we were celebrating the 4th of July because it was actually, celebrated on Monday instead of Sunday. So I spent time with my family that day, so I apologize that we missed it. So, all right, so here we go. Do we think it's a good price point? Yeah, I think it's not bad for the price. It's especially with where pricing's going right now. It's probably right in line with anything else that's this quality. So for $49.99 for a good Blanco, I definitely would pay that. $54.99 for Repo is right in line with anything else that's out there. So yeah, I think the price point's fine. Is it the same master distiller as Lalo? No, it's not. Lalo Gonzalez is the master distiller on his brand. So, but he uses his cousin's distillery. So it's his cousin's distillery, but they're all part of the family, you know. But no, he uses his cousin's distillery. Lalo is the master distiller for that one. Francisco is not the distiller. How'd you compare the Blanco with Lalo? So, with Lalo, I wouldn't compare them. They're different, but it's good. It's good. It's definitely worth a try. I recommend it. I wouldn't compare them. They're different styles, so I wouldn't compare them. You fat fingered it. I have the same problem. I have big fingers, so I type the wrong stuff all the time. I'm known for my typos. Is there another NOM at that distillery, and is that a concern to you? Yeah, there is another NOM, but no, it's not a concern to me. Do you guys understand how the NOMs work? Should we go into that a little bit here? NOMs aren't for the distillery. You know, NOMs are designated to holding companies that have a license to distill. So it's like, you know, La Altania has 2 NOMs, and it's for 2 different holding companies. It was for the company that's Ocho and the company that's Tapatio and El Tesoro and stuff like that. So it's just, you know, they're just designations for the holding company that owns the license to distill. So so it doesn't concern me at all that there's, you know, a couple of different companies that distill there and make tequila. I mean, I don't know why it would be a concern to anybody. It shouldn't be. How about the añejo? There isn't an añejo. There's just a Repo and a Blanco right now. They haven't made an añejo, so it's just a Repo and Blanco. That's all they have, and I like them. So I'd recommend them. Recommend trying them. There you go. I'm going to sip some more Blanco while somebody else thinks of another question if they have one. I prefer the Blanco. Personally, I think it's a lot more flavor coming through on the Blanco. I went both of them right here. Than the Repo. Repo's not bad though. I mean, it's good. If you're somebody that really is looking for something easy to sip and wants the chocolate and vanilla in there as well, with, you know, the cooked agave mixed in there, the cinnamon and baking spices, then this is a very good option, and it's very easy to drink. It's not. This has a burn that kind of brings the flavor longer on the finish, where this it doesn't. So if you're somebody that says, I don't like tequila with a burn to it, this one would definitely fit the bill. What did I rate the Blanco? I gave the Blanco 4 agave. I gave the Repo 3.5 agave. So I definitely prefer the Blanco. Is very robust with the ripe cooked agave flavor, which is what I really like. I love that. So it's got that beautiful sweet cinnamon and baking spices. And it's got a nice anise bitterness mixed in there as well. And then the finish, you get that sweet cinnamon that just stays on the tongue and lasts for a good long time afterwards. So I enjoyed that. That was a really nice journey experience for me. I like it more than the Reposado, which I think is a little more muted on the agave, but the vanilla and the caramel are there. And for people that like something that's just super easy to drink, I mean, you won't need ice for this. You won't need to chill this. You won't need to do anything to it. You could drink it neat in a glass, and there's no heat or anything that you'd have to worry about. It's enjoyable. So yeah, I gave this one 3.5, which haven't given anything a half of agave before. So this is the first one to earn a 3.5, but I think it deserves more than a 3. But I don't think it's quite to the level of a 4 yet for me. So hope that makes sense. All right. Any more questions or any more comments? Have you tried? Has anybody tried anger management? Have you guys tried it yet? And if so, what did you think? All right. Well, it's two-fisted Tequila Hombre. The easy drinking tequilas. It makes them easy to share with us. Exactly. Yeah, this would definitely be something that that you could share with somebody that's new, to introduce them to good quality tequila, and they would enjoy it. This is definitely one, you know, especially if there's somebody that likes 1942, you know, and they say, well, what can you tell me that's good that would, you know, that I would like? This Reposado would be a good alternative to give somebody that likes 1942 to try, to say, you know, this is a nice, well-made Reposado. It's not, you know, an añejo. It's a Reposado. Still has good flavor to it and stuff, and very easy to sip. And it's, you know, a third of the price of 1942. Right now it is, yeah. Hi, Andy. It is hard to find. You can find it on Ferment and Still. We have it on Ferment and Still. So if you'd like to try it, you can order it from Ferment and Still. We picked it up. Because right now it's new. So you're not going to find it in a lot of places, a lot of states and stuff. So, but we do have it on Ferment and Still, and we ship to most states. So, you can check it out there at Ferment and Still. We have it there, and I'll put a link in the description when this is over. So if you guys want to grab some, you can. We have a small amount, but if you guys decide you want to get it and then like it, we can order some more. That's not a problem. All right, any more questions? Is that it? All right, well, I guess so. There you have it. Anger management, 3.5 agave for the Reposado, 4 agave for the Blanco. Tell me what you think about the review. Comment below. Let me know. Don't forget to give me a like for the information I shared and the tasting notes and everything. We love when you guys give us likes. And until next time, oh, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, because you know what? I've got some bottles I need to give away, and I'm just going to start randomly picking people off of videos that comment and like and are subscribed, and just start giving stuff away. So I'll make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, and make sure you like if you want to get something. And you do have to be 21 years of age or older, and I will verify the age. But don't be surprised if you comment, subscribe, and like videos if you get a message from me saying, hey, how would you like something? And then we'll go from there. All right. So until next time. Oh, wait. I love the live review. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you love them. I'll do more. We'll do some more. I don't mind, you know, interacting with you guys. Sometimes you guys have some really good questions and good comments, and I think it adds value to the video when people watch it. So we will do some more live reviews for you guys. All right. I'm glad you like them. All right. Hey, you're welcome, Jay. Hey, and until next time, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So anger management's a good one to pick up. Salute.